Welcome to Shadows of Prophecy, a D&D real play podcast following the ill-omened web of lives whispered by the void, their names repeated in the darkness. Shadows of Prophecy is a Dungeons & Dragons podcast with violent themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised. With us today to traverse through adventures of love, lust, and loss, we have myself, Timothy, as our ambivalent keeper of cats.
I'm Dan, and I am playing the human-ish scholar and rogue and proprietor of a house of hanky-panky, Ren.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm playing Tiefling Cleric, who's currently enjoying his face-to-face meeting with Zahir, Salvador Saltrose.
Hi, I'm Russell. I'm playing her words are as blunt as her weapon, Upperlin Johannesburg, the half-orc barbarian.
And I am Kendrick, and I am playing the half-elf warlock Yonsei Bay, who is sick and tired of these motherfucking face fuckers on this motherfucking town. Viewer discretion advice.
Last time on Shadows of Prophecy, Salvador opened the session and opened his heart. Well, at the very least, his...
Cole taking the 3-foot stick out of his ass.
The other three stayed back at Horace's estate to exchange some heated words, dripping in hurt and insecurity, before everyone turned in for the night. The following evening became a night they would never forget, as a beautiful rendition of Don Giovanni turned into a massacre by parasitic organisms. Horace transformed before their very eyes, tearing asunder and splattering viscera across the hull. Vladlen's long-awaited location was revealed, but not before the party was forced to flee. They first took harbor at Horace's now abandoned estate, and then made their way to the Purple Goat through streets becoming increasingly overrun with horrors. And then, from behind a curtain, Sal was grabbed and then embraced by none other than the trembling Zahir. Join us as we enter the Shadows of Prophecy, Act 1, In the Shadows, Chapter 13, Broken Glass. All right, so you are all in the Purple Goat.
And I'm pretty sure there was some tongue action. I'm pretty sure I saw some tongue action in that. It wasn't just an embrace.
Door has been somewhat placed back on its hinges. Salvador was able to at least finish some of the spell to repair the door and put it back on the door frame before being grabbed by Zahir. Yeah, there is definitely some tongue action, but he is trembling and almost like aggressively forcing himself upon you, Salvador. Just like grabbing and holding and squeezing you tightly.
Well, hello, good evening. How's it going?
Who the fuck is this?
I pull back the curtain and Yonsei, this is a Zahir. He's a bartender here.
What's going on?
I wink at Yonsei.
I whisper to Yonsei, it's a house of hanky-panky.
Thank you.
What are those things, Salvador? What?
There is an unexplainable monstrosity, abominations that are popping up in town, and they're on this level now. It's gonna be okay. We have a plan.
We do?
Yeah. We're gonna go find Vladlen, and he's gonna help us source all...
Oh, that's right.
Who's Vladlen?
He's this distinguished person on this... And I pull out the flyer with his face on it.
The wanted poster?
Yeah, the wanted poster. He's an apostate, and I use finger quotations. And he has some connection, I think, to the origin of all these monsters, and he's currently hiding in the lower tier of the city, which is where we gotta go.
Which is why we came here, to maybe get your help in finding a way to the lower city? There are a lot of things between us and the normal entrances.
And we're sure that the lower city is safe?
No.
Safer than here at this point. And
Hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah, they're on the road right now.
Speaking of that, can you finish mending that door so no one can come in?
Oh yeah, I'll try to extricate myself from Zahir's arms and.
Yeah, so he does eventually let go of you, and you're able to make your way back to the door and continue repairing it. I do know one way, at least down to the middle city. Some of our employees use it as a back entrance.
I mean, that's good for us.
Well, we probably should get moving quickly. Right this way.
I slap the door and
Oh my gosh, I thought you were gonna tap Zahir on the shoulder and just like give him a little pat.
oh yeah, I give him a reassuring a hand on the shoulder and.
So he quickly turns and runs to the back room behind the bar, through the room where you're playing cards. There is a door in the back. You didn't know where it went to before, but he opens it and it leads into a small vestibule. And in the vestibule is a cellar door that he swings open. He throws that open quickly and he runs down the stairwell.
Give chase.
All right.
Aubrey, help me with this, and I'm going to try and move a cabinet or something in the storage room in the back room in front of the door to the bar. So
Oh,
barricade
smart.
it a little bit. Give us some extra time.
There's a big table.
And by try, I mean like just call Aubrey over to do it.
Don't worry, I got this.
All
And
right.
she'll flex a little before she moves it.
So as you barricade the door, can you give me either a strength or survival check?
All of us?
Let's do Upri and Ren.
I'm gonna do strength.
Oh no. They're the same, to be quite honest.
13.
Oh, that was a cocked dice. 16.
That's pretty good.
16. All right. So you shift the furniture over and you pull it towards the door. How would you like to kind of... Are you using it to pin the door into the vestibule?
The door from the bar to the back room. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So like we're in the back room,
yeah.
honestly just like toppling over some shelves or cabinets in front of the door.
Yeah, does the door open inward into the vestibule?
I'm assuming it does.
Let's roll for it.
Fair enough.
It does.
Work. It's
against
fire code.
So you shift all this furniture in front of the door. It will be another set of barricade to prevent the progression of these monsters towards you.
Is there any liquor on that thing we just toppled over?
There is no time.
I got hands.
There
Pockets.
is an open bottle sitting on the card table,
Scooped.
probably left there by the players last evening. So you grab the bottle of liquor. It's unmarked,
Perfect.
potentially,
I take a
and
big
most
gulp and
likely
I hand it to
moonshine.
Ren.
Yeah, I'll just take it with me.
And you make your way into the vestibule, down the cellar stairs, right after Zahir,
Closing every door behind me.
closing every door behind you.
They might not know how to use doors. We don't know.
I'm going to make a series of rolls.
Yay.
As you all are going to give me dexterity rolls as well.
Rolls or save and throws?
Rolls.
Damn it.
It's not too much better for me. Ooh, it's good.
What kind of roll are we doing again?
Dexterity.
All right. Maybe I do have ADHD, guys. Oh, Lord Jesus. 18.
All right, we got an 18,
13.
16.
6. All right. So you start making your way down the stairs. And I will roll for Zahir as well. All right. Solid 13. All right. So you are all making your way down these stairs. They wind back and forth, kind of hairpinning down what you could assume to be a wall of the city.
Oh.
The purple goat is kind of butted up against the upper tier edge. And you don't hear any noises coming from above as you hairpin back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until eventually you reach the bottom. There is a wooden iron reinforced door at the bottom. And Zahir is pressed up against it.
I'm sorry.
There are
Zahir's
some
pressed up against
interesting
We
looks.
reached the bottom?
There's some interesting looks going around the table.
Lots of double entendres here.
Yeah, we reached the bottom, and I wanted to know who was first. Was it Zahir or was it
Oh,
Sal? Just kidding. We can move
Zahir is in the lead,
Yeah.
and he is currently pressed up against the door, trying to listen through to the other side.
he's more familiar with this back entrance. So
Stop it, y'all.
We're so
he's listening to the door.
Yes, he's listening to the door.
Okay.
It is a thick door. And after a while, he turns to you, just after a beat, turns to you and gives you kind of this, like, unsure grimace.
You hear anything?
No, but to be frank, I've never done this before.
You've never used this doorway?
No, I've used a door, but I've never had to listen to the other side to see if, there were monsters.
Well, we can crack the door open a little bit.
Ah, good thinking.
Yeah, Zahir, go and crack it.
So he turns the doorknob, and slowly you hear it creak open as a small sliver appears. You can see the light of the street lights coming through.
Oh, shit. It already leads out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he peeks on through. And after maybe 5 seconds of bated breath, he slowly opens the door the rest of the way. I think it's clear, but we have to make our way through the rest of the middle city.
All right, you stay in the middle of the group now, sweetheart. No offense, but you don't look like the fighting kind.
Are you the
Gladly.
fighting kind?
I'm a bartender, sir.
All right. I mean, like, I've bartended before. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think he's... Yeah.
I'm going to give him my shield. I'm going to say, this will help you a little bit if you get attacked.
Oh, that's love right there.
Oh, that's so cute.
Thank you, Salvador. How do I hold it?
I show him, I hold up his arm and I put it on the forearm, and it's like you just hold it like you're holding those barmaids that hold 13 steins at the big beer festivals.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like that. You just brace yourself like that.
All right, and I grip it here.
Yeah.
It's
All
like
right.
you're holding a pair of hips.
Maybe.
These are really high hips.
Yeah. It's a tall person.
All right, thank you. I unfortunately am not going to be much help through the middle city. I mean, I know the streets, but it's just a matter of getting from one end to the other. There are other ways down to the lower city than the gondolas. People who work in town know of them.
I'll show him our map just so he has an idea and, like, show him where the Warrens are, since that's where we're going to end up heading. So at least so he can direct us in the correct direction.
Oh. Good. That's probably the best place we could hope for it to be. It's the closest thing in the lower city from where we are now. Probably should get to skedaddling.
Yeah. What's parade order?
I'll go in front.
Yeah, I'll stay in the back.
Because you want to be in the middle with the...
Yeah, I'll be in the middle. Okay.
I'll be second.
I'll be last. That's fine.
I pull out my rose to give me some more, because my AC had dropped since I gave away my shield.
All right. So you begin making your way through the lower city. How would you like to proceed? What is your approach to the situation?
Am I in charge?
Oh, fuck.
I mean, it's a group decision.
I think we should quickly and quietly run.
Yes, I
And
agree.
then at the first sign of something, we, like, slow down, get down,
Assess.
Assess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Opry is in the lead. And who is in the back?
Me.
All right. I need the two of you to make a perception check. And Opry will make a stealth check as well.
That's a 14 on perception.
19 for me.
All right.
And an 8 on stealth.
All right.
You are wearing heavy armor, so it's doodle.
I'm not wearing any armor.
Oh, never mind.
Salvador's the heavy armor.
Yeah, my abs protect me.
Well, your abs are making a lot of noise right now.
Oh, sorry, I'll stop flexing them.
You know, in like cartoons when they flex and it has that like kind of squeaky like rubber noise of like.
You may want to get that checked out.
Oh, it's just because I forgot to rub the grease on my abs.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why them bodybuilders do that.
Ungreased abs.
Ungreased abs creak.
You take off running down these streets. You're trying to make the most direct path through the streets, which does involve a little bit of winding back and forth, as the streets typically run along the circumference of the walls. So they're kind of like tiers of circles that you're running through, having to make your way, snaking a little bit. There's no like direct path up towards the next wall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Ren hears some crashing behind you all down one of the side streets that you just passed, followed by a scream and then silence.
The Ren will like snap his fingers to get everyone's attention because nobody's looking in his direction, and then like push himself up against the wall of that corner of that alleyway, and I just want to peek down to see if I can see anything.
So as you peek, you see a horde of these monsters.
Great. I point to keep going.
Maybe 7, 8 of them. At their feet, you see bodies that have been ripped from houses, now dead in pools of blood on the streets.
Yeah, I'm a signal to keep running. we're not gonna. Sorry, everybody else.
All right.
They're already dead anyway.
Yeah.
So as you take off running, you all begin to clamber and clatter.
I can only do so much.
And the last thing you see from around the corner, Ren, is several of the monsters' attention is drawn down the street towards you. I'm going to need everybody to make a dexterity check.
Oh, no.
I got a natural
just-
1 plus 3 is 4.
Are these stealth or just dexterity?
Just dexterity.
Okay.
Rolled an 11.
13.
15.
Oh.
4.
All right. So, as you take off running, you start making a lot of noise. Sal's armor is clanging together. Uppery's feet are hitting the pavement and the stone with that loud thud, the clap of the bare feet on the stone.
Blap, 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 blap.
And all of Ren's backpack,
I carry so much glass
so
on
much
me
glass.
at any given
So much
moment.
glass. They're clinking together. And that's when, Yancey, you rolled the 3?
I rolled a 4.
A 4. Okay. So that is when Yancey trips over something.
Ah!
You fall face first onto the ground. And as you look up, you notice to your right, you're in an intersection. You notice to your right, there is another gaggle of monsters, maybe 20 feet away. And as you slam into the ground, all their heads jerk towards you. Roll initiative.
Oh, no.
I'm doing dynamite today.
I got a 8.
16.
Oh, I got 16 too.
14.
What's your dex modifier?
0.
I win. +1.
All right. So their heads whip towards you. And you see as the tendrils shoot out across the street. And the first one just propels itself towards you. The tendrils just shoot through one window, through another, grab on, and like
Spider-Man themselves?
Spider-Man
Ew.
themselves over to you.
Fabulous.
You see their human body, the human component of their body is mostly ragdolling as the parasite bursting from its face is the one doing this.
Ew.
You hear a crack of bone as it lands 5 feet away from you, Yancey, and lashes out.
Am I first? No, I'm not.
You get hit first.
Shit.
You get hit
Monsters
first. Okay, one of these is going to hit you. And you are going to take 12 bludgeoning damage as it wraps itself around you and squeezes.
I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke as my
Reaction.
Yeah, as my reaction since these hoes.
All right.
Okay.
I'll make a dex save.
Yeah,
A 13.
that fails. So it takes 2d10 of damage. And that was a 3 and a 9, so that's 12 damage.
All right. So fire erupts around this creature. The clothes sets ablaze as the other two now come towards you. They also fling themselves down the street towards you, landing near the rest of your party.
Oh, thank goodness.
Upri and Salvador. They are going to make attacks on you.
Zahir is safe. That's what's important.
Yeah.
Salvador. 2 of these tentacles smack you square in the chest. You're going to take a total of 17 bludgeoning damage
Damn. Gee.
as you are also grappled.
Okay.
As these tentacles wrap themselves around your chest and your legs, pulling you to your knees.
I'm going to do a Hellish Rebuke now.
Wow, you are
Where'd that come from?
That's a tiefling thing, baby.
you are just biting my style right now.
I'm sorry. I forgot entirely until last session that because I was listening to the old ones that I had Hellish Rebuke. But yeah, it has to do with dexterity saving throw.
All right. My dex save is going to be a 19.
Yeah, it passes.
Oh, shit.
Does it take half damage?
I don't.
Mine's always pass. Mine's
Yeah, it
always
takes half on a
Oh,
successful
just
one.
kidding. Don't ask me. I don't spells.
I don't spells.
It takes a total of 5 fire damage.
5 fire damage.
I'll teach you how to do that better next time. I always Hellish Rebuke.
Thanks, Yonta.
All right.
Yes, I'm on
So,
board.
Upri, give me some flavor as one of them lands in front of you and tries to lash out, but misses.
Can we say that I just flex my abs and it boing, bounces off?
And yeah, exactly.
Not today, bitch. I've been doing my crunches.
So they hit your core, and you just tense up right at that perfect moment, and you crunch in to kind of protect your internal organs, and they just kind of bounce off. Salvador, it's your turn.
Oh, upper goes before I do.
Oh, Upri, yes.
So both Jan and Sal are grappled?
I don't think I am.
Yes, you are.
All right. And mechanically, can I try to free them with a strength check? Or does it
You
have to be
can.
them? All right. I'm going to run over to Jan and try to pull the tendrils off of him.
All right, give me a strength check.
Actually, first, I'm going to use a bonus action to rage.
Gets
Always
me
gives
every time.
Okay. All right. That may come into play later.
All
I'll be
right.
surprised.
So you go
More
into a
importantly,
rage.
Now I have advantage on pulling the tendrils off. That's a nat 20.
All right, so you rip this tendril off. It bursts at the point in which you pull on it. Yancey is now freed.
Jan, start running.
Got it. When it's my turn.
Gotta love combat mechanics.
And then I'll pivot and start running towards Sal.
All right,
And that's my turn.
Ren,
Sal's turn.
Because
Salvador, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to escape from my grapple.
All right, give me a strength save.
18.
18 will save. So you just burst out of these tentacles. They snap, the goopy purple substance pouring out. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to use?
As a bonus, no, I don't. No. Who's all near me? Are we still in the line of like Uppry? Yancey got tripped up, so Uppry's a little bit, or Yancey's a little bit behind the group.
I mean, you're kind of all scattered a bit, but more or less in the same positions. Uppry's coming towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to prepare and give some cover to here.
All right.
I'm
So
gonna shout. Where do we go? We just keep going forward, I think.
So you push your body in front of Zahir's, making sure that the hive creature keeps its attention on you. Ren, what would you like to do?
We're running, right? That's like the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
Since I'm last, I'm gonna run on the outside of everybody and grab Zahir's like armor hand and like pull him ahead to get him out of the fray. And then take out my bow and I want to shoot the one that's on Sal.
All right. Make an attack.
Oh, I'll use my bonus action to analyze it first with my brain.
Nerd.
I know, right?
Nerd.
But that does make my attack a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And then I roll a lot of dice because I have sneak attack, critical analysis damage, and then the dice itself for the short bow is a d6. Okay, I got it. Oh, and that's a lot of big dice. That is 23 piercing damage.
Wow. Okay.
Sharp arrow.
Right in the face.
It goes right through the jugular of the body in a way that also pierces up into the parasitic creature in its face.
I take a knee and shoot upwards, ever so slightly.
All right. Yancey.
I am going to book it out of there. So I'm going to run 30 feet. And then with my bonus action, I'm going to Misty Step another 30 feet.
All right. So you are going to solicit an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
You could Misty Step first.
Oh, I'll Misty Step first.
All right. So you Misty Step away. Beautiful. You
Wink,
Misty
wink.
Step away and start sprinting off. Ren and Zahir are behind you.
This way.
All right. So we still have Salvador and Uppry in the fray. So they're going to get some... They're going to... Yeah.
So my AC is 17 now.
Oh, right, because you're
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. So first attack on Salvador. Both are going to miss. As the AC comes from the rose.
Yeah, because
Additional AC.
16 is my base.
So as the tentacles come towards you, your rose is like whipping around your head and it generates this like invisible barrier around you. And you see this like pink tint as they reach like a foot away from you and they just crash into it. You see the little cracks in the magical barrier. All right, Uppry. A 22 will hit you.
Yeah.
What?
Just a little bit.
No.
I think I get half damage.
So you are going to get hit with one of these tentacles as you're running away from the creature you just freed Yancey from. It's going to hit you in the back for 8 bludgeoning damage.
So forward.
Yes. And then wrap itself around your right arm, pulling you back towards it. You're grappled.
Yeah. But as it hits me, where it strikes me, an explosion of multicolored magical energy shoots out and does 1 damage to it.
1 whole damage.
1 force damage.
It's beautiful.
Work, Diva.
It's like a little glitter effect, a little sprinkling as you shoot back at it.
A little puff.
And
I don't know why that's funny.
the last one is going to go for Salvador as well. So now you have 2 on you, Salvador.
Yancey's like, watch out!
Thanks for that stuff.
A 21 will hit.
Yeah.
So as it breaks through, shattering your magical barrier, it hits you right in the solar plexus, knocking the air out of you. And you are going to take 12 bludgeoning damage.
I'm going to use my Wrath of Storm, and it's got to do dexterity saving throw.
Beautiful.
That looked like it hurt.
13.
Which does not pass, so it's going to take 2d8 lightning damage. So it takes 16 points of lightning damage.
16 points. So as it hits you and you send your lightning strike towards it, the tentacle seizes up. You see it twitch up into the air, and then it drops crashing down to the ground. You are not grappled. All right. That brings us to Upri.
I would like to free myself. Is it just a strength check or is it a strength saving throw?
It's a strength check.
Does a 15?
15 does hit.
Perfect. Can I also try to, as I free myself, so I pull the tentacle off, but then I grab onto it, and I want to try to whip it so I can lift it up and like throw it at all the other ones that Sal just
All right.
beefed off.
We're gonna do
like a hammer throw.
we're gonna do a contested strength as you grab the tentacle.
My
and
turn,
start
you
pulling
fucker.
at it.
Sorry.
23.
Giggling. too.
12.
So it plants its feet into the ground and you start pulling. You're trying to like whip it around and you're trying to wrap your body around to kind of swing it off. And you watch as the tentacle begins to stretch.
Ew.
You feel it pulling in your hand and you drop it.
It's goopier than I expected. And then I'll just run.
All right. That will be an attack of opportunity.
That's fine.
A 23 to hit.
All right. Oh shit, but I can get re-grappled.
And you're going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 6.
All right. And then it takes... That's right. It takes 3 force damage.
3
Another
force
explosion
damage.
shoots out from
Beautiful.
that beautiful skin.
Whittling it down, but now it has your ankle.
Shit.
So you're unable to run away. And that brings us to Salvador.
Okay, I'm going to line up my crosshairs at Upper's ankle to try to snipe this tentacle. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at it.
I thought you were going to shoot lightning. Got scared.
I feel like that'd be overkill, and I don't want to have any rebound on make a Kentucky Fried Uppery. Oh,
no.
it has to do a dexterity saving throw,
All right.
which is basically all my spells.
A 7.
It fails, so it's going to take 2d8 radiant damage. And it takes 14 radiant damage.
Damn. All right. So you singe that tentacle. You see it shrivels up all the way to the base of the arm for the creature.
And I'm free?
And Upri is freed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to run away.
All right, 2 attacks of opportunity on you.
Oh, they're in my business. Okay.
They are in your business.
I did not know that was the case.
Yeah.
Then I will not move them.
All right. So you're going to stay there and try to defend yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on myself.
All right.
It is the here.
Run, Zahir, run.
What is Zahir doing at all? Is this?
He's following behind Ren.
Yeah.
He is like cowering behind that shield, just like holding it up as he's running towards the creatures. He's not running towards the creatures. He's holding it up towards the creatures as he runs away from them.
What a little bitch.
Hey,
He's a commoner. He gets 1 shot.
No?
Oh yeah, they would most definitely murder the shit out of Zahir if they were able to hit him.
he's a hot commodity.
How much was that healing?
I got 7.
Beautiful. All right, Ren.
Yancey, protect Zahir, and I'm going to usher him to go to Yancey.
Really? I mean, yeah. Come here, Zahir. Just come behind me.
And then I'll draw my short sword, and I want to flank the one that I've analyzed. That one's still on Sal, right?
So you're gonna kind of turn around and
Go
kind of
back
pivot
in.
back in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is on Sal. Sal is surrounded by 2 of them.
Yeah, so I want to flank the
with
one
a
that has
third
an arrow in
one
the neck.
following after Upri.
Yeah, that's fine. 2 on 2, 1 on 1. I think it's a good spread. Does that... Ooh, that's not a great roll. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does not hit.
Ooh. Do I have inspiration or anything? Did I use my advantage from the... Didn't we get advantage from something? From the sleep? Oh, I didn't.
That was
You already
yesterday.
used it.
That was
Yeah.
yesterday. Okay, never mind. I guess I can't do anything. Oh, you know what? I'll use my offhand to stab with the dagger for my bonus action.
All right.
Oh, that is a 26 to hit.
That'll do it.
Okay. So when I stab with an offhand, because I don't have 2 weapon proficiency fighting, whatever that thing is, whatever that fighting style is. So I don't add
Your damage bonus.
your damage bonus, but what if I get an extra damage bonus from a perk that I have for being a scholar?
Sure.
Do I add that? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So just
That's
not
kind
my
of your
like.
shtick.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get sneak attack because it was advantage. I get critical health. Okay. That's still okay damage. Oh, unless I roll a bunch of ones. 9 piercing damage.
All right. So you jab into it with your dagger. You hit it in the gut. Yancey.
Let me know if I can do this, because I may not be able to do this. So I'm going to run 30 more feet away. So that gets me to 90.
All right.
Can I still do my Eldritch? I mean, the Eldritch Blast range is 120 feet, so can I still hit them? Okay, I didn't
Absolutely.
know if I could do that. So
If you are in range, you are in range.
from 90 feet away,
Sniping with an Eldritch Blast.
I'm going to use 2 rays of Eldritch Blast. Does a 17 and a 15 hit?
17 will, 15 will not.
Boo. So that is 1d10 plus 4.
And which one are you targeting? The one after Upri or one of the ones on Salvador?
Of course, Upri. It was an 8 plus 4 is
12.
12.
All right. So 2 beams of Eldritch Force energy shoot from your hand, and they start spiraling down the street towards the creatures. One of them hits a building, but the other hits the creature on Salvador square in the face.
Upri.
On Upri, sorry.
I thought we were supposed to be running. What's happening? Come on.
We're trying to run. We keep getting stuck.
They got grippy hands, Jan.
They do have grippy hands.
And they're stretchy.
And they are stretchy.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to Misty Step 30 more feet, so now I'm at 120
And now
feet.
you're at 120. Beautiful.
Poor Zahir is trying to catch up with you.
Yeah. Zahir is now like in the middle of the street, completely on his own. And you see this look as you turn back to look at the group, you see Zahir has this like absolute terror on his face. Just like trembling, shaking, stumbling, almost tripping over himself as he's trying to sprint towards you, Yancey.
I should probably warn you, Zahir, every time I misty step. My bad. Just keep running this way, darling. Yancey would keep you safe.
All right, so we've got some attacks. And I think Ren is going to draw the attention of the one that he is flanking.
Brilliant.
So we've got 2 attacks on Upri. A 17 will hit you, won't it? So you're going to take 14 points of bludgeoning damage
All right.
as it wraps around your other ankle. You're now steadfast with 2 tentacles grappling you.
I thought the other one released.
Yeah,
Oh,
didn't we
yes.
burn the one?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was burned. So now another tentacle is on your ankle. So sorry. You're never getting out of here.
Maybe you should oil off your legs.
Probably.
Salvador, a 22 will hit you.
Oh, wait. It gets backlash for 6 force damage.
For 6.
Oh.
All right. Damn.
Chipping away.
Chipping away.
Time to try another
That one
stunt.
is looking the most battered.
Really?
You see that there is just like purple goo oozing out of its face. You see blood pulling down its human body. And Salvador, you're going to get hit for 10
right.
bludgeoning damage and become grappled as well. And Ren, you're going to get hit twice.
Y'all are not doing
A
good.
19 and a 23 will hit.
Oh, I thought that was the damage. I was like, I'm gonna die.
No. But you are going to take a total of
So many dice.
18 bludgeoning damage.
Oof. Okay. I'm doing okay. That's a lot of damage for me, but it's still fine. I was at full.
What's your
Upgrade.
full?
59.
101.
Shut the fuck up.
Upri,
Yeah.
you're up.
All right. You want some? You're going to get some, fucker. And I'll pivot around. Take out Fern, because I haven't used her yet. And I'll just slam down on it. Twice. The first one's not. And then a 12.
As you are swinging wildly, your hammer is just making contact with the cobblestone beneath you. As you see, the tentacle is just whipping back and forth as it's just like this wave motion, almost knocking you off your feet. Salvador.
Oh, as from whenever it hit me the first time, one of them I wanted to do as my reaction from last turn, Wrath of Storms. So one of the monsters has to do a dexterity saving throw.
All right, a 2.
It fails. So, well, let's roll these 2d8. It's going to take 12 points of lightning damage, and I'm going to use Thunderbolt Strike, so whenever I deal lightning to a creature large or smaller, it is pushed 10 feet away from me.
All right.
Shit.
So it is shoved into one of the buildings. It crashes into it. You see it kind of flails, and you hear another crack of bone.
Oh, gosh. I thought these things were squishy, but they got bones too.
Well, the human sweaters have bones.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Human sweaters.
Human sweaters.
Copyright.
I'm going to use my action to try to disengage with the last, or to escape from the last one's grapple.
All right.
And that's another. Is it a check? Is it strength or
Strength.
Can I use acrobatic? Well, I guess my strength is better. It's a 7.
Oh my gosh.
You start clawing at the tentacles, and its spongy, squishy, gooey body you're struggling to get a grip on it.
I'm going to use another bonus action to give another healing word. And the healing word is escape. Please.
Escape.
That is one of my favorite girl groups from the 90s. It's a black thing. It's a really good girl group.
Escape?
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll have to listen.
Yeah.
Ren.
Remind me, am I grappled now, I'm assuming? Because I got whomped a couple times.
Yes.
Okay, then we're just gonna...
We gotta kill him.
We just gotta stab. I'm just gonna stab the one in front of me.
I can cast darkness, so theoretically they'd have disadvantage if they're trying to hit us next time.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 will hit.
Brilliant, okay. This is my short sword, and I get to do all of my damage this time. 15 piercing damage on that one.
All right.
And then I will... hold on 1 second.
You stab through its fleshy body. You see your short sword
Yeah.
pierce through and come out the other side. Blood is pooling around it.
And I'm going to make that a lacerate, so I'm going to expend one of my superiority dice. And it has to make a constitution saving throw.
21.
It passes, but it takes 7 extra damage.
All right. So as you pull back out, you whip it across the body, lacerating its torso.
You. Fuck you. And then, as my bonus action, I'm going to take a huff of smelling salts to heal myself a little bit. That's a thing that I could do. Don't worry about it. It's like a healing word, but with smelling salts. Great. 3 whole hit points.
But now you also look cracked out.
Yancey, from 120 feet away.
As I squint.
Oh no! It's fine.
How many of these creatures are there?
There are
3.
still 3.
All right.
The one after Upri is looking mighty beat up.
I am going to do Ralu themed Psychic Lance. It's something that I have.
Okay.
And I can do from 120 feet away.
As
and
opposed to things you don't have.
listen, I will not stand for this abuse this season any longer. Don't make me have to yellow card you, DM.
Okay, 120. Is it an attack roll?
No, it's you have to do an intelligence saving throw of 15.
Intelligence
Yes.
saving
Ooh.
throw. Oh. A 6 minus 3.
So that's not going to hit, and it takes 7. Hold on. It's 7 d6s. 6, 7, 9, 13, 15, 19 damage.
19 damage.
There's going to be more.
All can
that's a
see that the parasitic component of this creature, the skin starts to just like ripple. You all hear the resonance that it is now projecting through the air as its body is just like rippling with like a sound wave almost. And you just watch as the like ooze starts to just gush out of every orifice. Its tentacles are going limp. It releases Upri.
Yeah! Nice one, y'all! I shout from 120 feet away. Nice one, y'all!
And with my bonus action, I'm going to Misty Step 30 feet closer. So I can be like, huh? Oh, sorry, he's here. Come here. Get behind me.
He's just run back and forth.
Oh my gosh.
I
All
can
right.
do more damage 90 feet away.
We have 3 attacks on
No, I can't.
Upri.
What?
It's their turn.
Mine died.
It's not dead. It
just
just
released.
let go.
It's almost.
It is on the cusp of death.
It's just relaxed.
You get your retaliation. So.
Oh.
A 21 will hit
Yo.
for 11 damage. Have the 5. And you are again grappled as it firms back up. The rippling of its body has ceased.
These things will not let this
And that's
season
just
end.
to clarify, that's just one attack, right? Because if it's multiple attacks, it gets multiple lashbacks.
It was 2 attacks, 1 miss,
Okay.
1 hit.
It takes 6 force damage.
6 force damage. Oh my gosh, it is so close to death. You can see its human component is just staggering to stay up. All right, Salvador. Your rose does the trick. Again, you see the pinky magical barrier deflect the tentacles as it envelops you. And Ren. As you are lacerating this creature, you spin around in a flourish, and the tentacles crash to your left and then to your right, down into the ground. You step out of the way. Opry,
Yo.
you're up.
Oh. I'm going to womp it with Fern.
All right, I think you are the only one currently grappled.
Work. I'm going to reckless attack. Should I run?
I would run.
Ungrapple and run?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to... Oh, but it's so close to dying.
I mean, you could do a parting blow. Or do you have a bonus that? No, I don't know.
We'll just bonk it. Just
Yeah, you can
bonk
bonk it. Yeah.
I'm going to bonk it with a reckless attack.
All right.
Does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
It takes 12 bludgeoning damage.
Finish it.
I want to slam Fern down on the tentacle that has me grappled and pin it, and then I want to grab it and pull it towards me. And then I want to headbutt it.
All right, so it stumbles towards you, and as it approaches you, you see the eyes of this parasite wide, and these like little tendrils around what you could assume to be its mouth are flailing out, trying to like pull itself away from you, and you just bash your head into it. It squishes against your forehead. You feel the pus warm against your skin, dripping down your cheeks. And it collapses to the ground.
Oh, it's just like one of those face masks I hear about.
Exfoliating.
I hate it here.
I'm then gonna run over to the one that's on sale and whomp it with my other attack.
Oh my gosh.
That is a 25 to hit,
A 25 will hit.
and that is for 8 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to pull out my trusty hand axe of wonder and hit it with that. And that is a 18 to hit.
That'll do it.
That does 3 slashing damage.
All right.
And then...
Yeah, what's that hand axe do?
And then we're all going to get caught in a stink cloud again.
Start vomiting.
Well, y'all are.
Yeah. Yonsei is comfortably away from the splash zone.
Exactly.
66.
We await with bated breath.
Oh no.
After I cut it, I shrink it half in size.
I love that one.
Harder to hit that way.
So after headbutting this creature, running over, smashing into it, throwing at your axe, Opry just down, half size.
Well, fuck.
Salvador,
Am I no longer grappled because Upri was able to slash at this thing?
correct. You are no longer grappled.
And Upri's ungrappled. Ren, are you grappled?
No, because I
No,
dodged.
nobody is grappled at this very moment.
I'm going to cast Darkness.
Okay.
And I'm going to shout, run to my other compatriots. And I'm going to... So, Darkness is a spell that basically blinds everybody in a 15-foot... Or I'm going to cast Fog Cloud instead. Because I like Fog Clouds.
All right.
It's a 20-foot radius around me. So it covers all of us. And I'm going to
Beautiful.
use my movement to run
All
towards
right.
it here.
Not even to me. To
Attack of
Zazir.
opportunity, but with a disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's a 10, so that will miss. And you take off sprinting.
Yeah.
Ren, this cloud of fog just whips up quickly all around you.
I will bonus action, cunning action, disengage.
All right.
You hear Upri go, uppies, uppies.
Uppy wants Uppy. Uppy.
Upri wants uppies.
Not gonna happen this time.
Damn it.
And I will run and use my action to dash. So I move 60.
All right. So you book it the fuck out of there. Beyonce, you see. Beyonce. Beyonce, you see this cloud of fog come up. You then see Salvador just emerging from the cloud, and then you see Ren just booking it past Salvador, just like sprinting towards you. You can no longer see the creatures, and you cannot see Upri.
Where's
What do you do?
Upri?
She's coming in behind us.
All right, I'm going to, with my bonus action, Misty Step 30 feet away, so I'm back at 120. And then, since Salvador's there, I don't really care about you here. Run to your little boyfriend. I'm going to use Eldritch Blast, and I guess I have to roll with disadvantage.
You do.
Firing into the
Just
fog.
firing into the fog.
Well, since Upri's smaller, you'll have less chance of hitting her.
So these are the two small. Does a 20 and a 11 hit? The 20 hits, I know.
So the 20 was with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Damn, that will hit. So you listen for the creatures in the fog cloud
Oh,
and
wait.
target as you hear them clicking.
That's going to do 8 damage
All right.
to whichever one I hit.
But now when you forget
Behind
the rules,
door
you can just
number
say, hey,
one.
I have ADHD.
Exactly. Which I do. My therapist confirmed it, ladies and gentlemen, and those in between.
One of us. One of us.
I don't
Yeah,
have
welcome
ADHD.
to the fucking club,
yes.
dude.
You're just a bitch. I'm kidding.
I mean, poor Cornelius dose.
Yeah, it could be both.
All right. So, thank goodness these things aren't very intelligent because they're going to try to lash out from the cloud
Not at me.
towards whoever is out there. They're just going to try to make some attacks. So,
But I'm
Well,
in
you're-
the cloud.
You're closer.
But I am small.
Yeah.
So that's going to do nothing. So you see one of these tentacles just like shoot out. You can like see it just like kind of peek out of the cloud into the street towards you. And another, as there's like these tendrils just like whipping out of this heavily obscured area. Upri, you're hearing these whips. They're flying through the clouds quite near you.
Hold on, I'm checking if my movement speed
It's half
gets
because you're small.
reduced.
With shrink? I don't think it is.
No, it's just
No.
strength checks
Yeah.
and strength saving throws. I'm just gonna run.
All right.
Am I gonna get attacked?
Do you want to dash?
Yeah. Unless I invoke a opportunity attack, in which case I'll use my action to disengage and then just run.
That one has not used its opportunity attack yet, so it could. Yes, it will. But if you want to use your action to disengage.
Actually, I'm gonna use my bonus action first,
All right.
and I'm gonna try to hit it with my axe wonder. And it's gonna be a reckless attack, so it won't be because it would be at disadvantage now. The regular
Yeah.
Yeah.
does a 22 hit.
Yeah, it does.
It does 3 slashing,
All right.
and then 14.
That happens.
Yeah, what happens this time?
The way I hit it, it just vibrates, goes doing, and I'm now stunned until my next turn.
No!
Oh my god.
That's it.
So
that's all,
you
folks.
throw your hammer, it slices through part of the creature, it comes back to you, and just like as it makes impact with your hand, you feel it just like send this shockwave up your arm and just like completely shake your entire body, stunning you. And it is Salvador's turn.
I would like to point out that the text also says, when I am unstunned, I think something awesome just happened. Who wrote these?
Gosh. As you are concussed.
Yes.
By the impact of it returning to your hand.
I really don't know what to do because I think that Upri is coming out of that cloud real soon.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pop off. How you looking, Ren?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm doing okay.
And I can't see Upri, but okay. I'm just going to cast...
And Yancey's like untouched.
Yonsei is flipping between Misty Step forward and back.
Exactly.
Forward.
Take it back now, y'all. 2 steps this time.
So yours join in. Yeah. I'm gonna cast a Sanker's Flame into the mist.
All right, make that attack with disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, here we go. That's Sacred Flame is a dexterity saving throw.
So it doesn't matter. Does it have flavor text that says you need to be able to see it?
No, it says the target must succeed. I don't have to be able to see it. The target gains no benefit from cover. So, even though I can't see it.
So Tau guides your hand as you point it into the fog cloud, and it is a dexterity save?
Yeah, 16.
I rolled a 16.
So Upper, you see a streak of light just pass through the cloud over your
Goes
head.
right over your head, yeah. And like it makes impact with something off in the distance that kind of illuminates the creature in the cloud from behind. So it's lit up from behind and you see its form. It is only 5 feet away. As you see its tentacles like flailing out in the air behind it.
And I'm going to keep running.
Yeah, Ren, what are you doing?
So I can see the outline of these creatures now?
You did get a brief moment of
That's enough for me.
yeah.
I'm going to shoot. I'm going to fire.
All right.
Do I have to do with disadvantage or?
I will give you a regular roll for that.
Okay.
I will eat my foot.
That's a 19 to hit.
That will do it. That's not the phrase, is it? Eat my foot? Nope.
Put your foot in your mouth.
Put my foot in my mouth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Flavor is flavor.
It ruins
and
everything. How dare
ruins
you?
everything. Ugh.
So I don't get sneak attack because I didn't have advantage, unless Upri's 5 feet from it.
A brief.
Yes, you just said during your
Just
flavor
fucking
that.
said that.
Feet away. So I'll roll my sneak attack. Eat both of your feet.
Kinky. Very kinky.
That is 8 plus 8, 16 piercing damage.
Oh my gosh. This one's doing awful as well. Great.
I wish I had a second attack. That'd be gorgeous.
Just throw your
Yonsei.
offhand 90 feet.
What are you doing now?
Can I also
Yeah.
roll with regular?
Yes, you all were able to use that moment of opportunity to target this creature.
Eat your 3rd foot. I'm going to use Eldritch Blast. Both of I'm going to... Oh no. Oh no. It went down my thick thighs.
The dice went down your thick thighs.
Yes. Does a...
Listener discretion is advised.
Does a 26 and a 19 hit?
Yeah, they both hit it.
Deep fry that motherfucker.
So this is 2 plus 4 is 6, 3 plus 4 is 7, 6 plus 7 is 13.
Look at you,
All right.
thing.
So
Math
you
scholar.
just obliterate it. As your blasts make impact with its body, you hear the crunch of bone, and then you don't see it, but you hear the splatter of the parasitic body across the street. A chunk hits Upri.
You okay?
She's still stunned.
All right. There is one left.
There's one more?
somewhere
God damn.
in this fog cloud. As you see it emerge
Oh.
in the streets, you all, except for Upri,
Except for Upri.
can now see where it is at, and it is barreling down the street towards you.
Who is you?
The three of
The
you.
group.
The four of you.
It's not on range yet.
Oh, that's fair.
Y'all are like 112 feet away.
We all crack our knuckles. All right, let's go.
Salvador is the closest
Oh.
to it. So Salvador, I'm going to make
Oh,
2 tentacle attacks on you. A 22.
How far away is it from me? What's its range?
So it is maybe 10 feet out of the fog clouds.
Okay.
So I think that puts it 20 feet away from you.
Yeah, they both hit me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it has a long range. Its tentacles are surprisingly stretchy and fluid.
Yeah.
And it hits you.
Okay.
You're going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage and become grappled.
Not again.
Shocker.
Zahir, come to me again.
Come over
He's
here.
just sitting on the ground now.
Oh, baby, come over here.
Upri, you are in the fog cloud. You
So I
just got sprayed with goop.
so in my stun state, flash, boom, explosion, splatter, and then I'm like, wow, I did that. Fuck yeah. I'm awesome. And then I'll just run out of the cloud.
Oh my gosh. And
Not
because
knowing
you
the
were
other one's
stunned,
there.
did that take your action this turn?
Nope, I'm unstunned at the start.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. So you run out of the cloud and you emerge from the fog cloud and you see 10 feet away from you is the creature.
Perfect. I'm going to do a drive-by because my hand axe has reach, so I'm going to throw it out with my thread. Ah. Does a 22 hit?
22 does hit.
It takes 6 slashing damage.
All right.
That's a 35.
Please be something
That
good.
slash is the most dramatic laceration across its body that it has suffered thus far.
You dumb bitch.
And what does that hand axe do?
So I slash it, and the slash creates a tear in time space, and then a rhinoceros appears in the middle of the road, and falls on top of it,
All right.
On top
All
of
right.
and then I keep running.
Is there any text about how much damage a rhinoceros falling on top of you does?
I don't think it normally. It just says that an animal appears in an unoccupied space, so it doesn't fall on it.
Oh,
It appears
okay.
next to it.
All right. So a rhinoceros is pulled. For a brief moment, you hear the sounds of jungle birds and the pitter patter of rain. You see a ray of light bursting through this tear in space, and then a rhinoceros steps out into the street
And it is not under my control. It would act like a rhinoceros
and
would.
immediately freaks the fuck out
Perfect.
and begins charging at the closest thing, which is
Not
the
me.
monster. So I'm actually gonna roll a charge attack for that rhinoceros.
Great, another person in the party.
It crits.
Amazing.
I don't know the stats for the rhinoceros, so we're gonna make it up right now. I'm gonna say it has a D12 for its charge attack.
That tracks.
That sounds right. I feel like a rhinoceros barreling towards you is probably pretty powerful. And it has a strength of +4. Let's just call it that. That's what it is. So 11 + 4 is 15 points of damage as it just impales this creature,
What the fuck is that?
tossing it across the side of the street.
And I just keep running.
Salvador.
So I got hit. And I failed my concentration saving throw. So the fog cloud dissipates.
Okay, the fog cloud dissipates. It is now a clear road. And what you now notice is behind that fog cloud, down the street, maybe 2 or 3 blocks, there's more of them. And they are coming for you.
Okay. And I'm grappled by this, the last one in our immediate vicinity.
As the rhinoceros threw this thing across the street, it rips the tentacle apart. You are now freed.
How convenient.
I give a
love it.
thumbs up to Uppery. And I use my action and bonus action to continue running.
All right. So you dash down the street away from the creature. Ren, what are you doing?
Double dashing.
Double dashing. Yancey, what are you
90
doing?
feet.
I am going to run and then do Misty Step. So now I'm 180 feet away.
All right. So you all are making your way down this street. Yancey's way off in the lead.
Y'all ain't gonna get me.
Salvador grabs Zahir along the way, helping him along, and you all start dashing down this street.
I like to think that the rhino will.
It's going to buy us some time.
All right. Yeah, you hear the rhinoceros is crashing into building on one side of the street, another building on the other side of the street, as it is just lashing out at everything. You hear the swish and splat of the creature. And you put that all behind you as you run off down through the streets. You weave through down another street and start heading now again towards the lower city.
Are we making good times to here?
Yeah, you better keep a move on it. Down another side street, you see a crowd of creatures. Everybody make a dexterity check.
21.
10.
12.
11. Oh, I wasn't the worst.
All right. So that will pass. So you are able to pivot away from this crowd of creatures and sprint down another road. You make your way quickly to the edge of the middle city. Over here. This is one of the stairwells down. You see Zahir is pointing down towards a kind of small shack type of structure, almost like a guard hut. There is a wooden, iron reinforced door on the front of it. You make your way over, opens, down another stairwell. Back and forth and back and forth, you hairpin your way down the wall of the city. And you make your way down to the bottom, again reaching a wooden door with iron reinforcement.
We listen.
All right. Ren, you press your ear up against it. Give me a perception check.
18.
All right. You listen for a couple moments through the other side, and you hear chaos. Not in the immediate area, but ringing through the lower city. Screaming, crashing. What do you do?
How far are we from, based on the map, how far are we from the Warrens?
So the Warrens are on this side of the city.
Yeah, so close-ish.
So you're maybe 5 blocks off.
Oh, so we're pretty close.
Yeah.
So we're gonna sprint for it?
Yeah.
Sprint for it.
Yes.
Stop for nothing. Up we go first, knock everything over that you see that gets in our
All
way.
right. I'll just barrel through the door and start running.
All right.
I'm gonna have my bow ready to knock or pin things down.
Are you big Uppery now? Or just small?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
How long does it
How
last? I
thought
long
it was a
does
minute.
Is it a
that
minute?
last?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's only a minute.
Okay.
I'm
By
normal.
now you are regular sized Uppery. And you bash open the door, and you all take off sprinting, barreling through whatever barricades come your way. And I'm going to roll for said barricades.
Oh. Don't give me that look.
Sometimes I think you just roll dice to roll dice.
That is not the case.
But I tend to think that's
All
what I
right.
would do.
So you take off sprinting, and it's a relatively clear shot at the beginning. 1 block down, 2 blocks down, 3 blocks down.
And there are bushes.
Oh no, topiary.
We find Panrat.
Oh,
Four
bush running across the
blocks
street.
down. And in the final block, you see 2 towers that have collapsed into the street. A pile of rubble blocks your way. And so you turn.
How tall is a pile of rubble?
2 buildings worth of rubble. So it's
Oh.
substantial.
we too unstable. You never know.
that's probably
You
fair.
could make your way over it, but it would be potentially perilous.
Yeah, Zahir's gonna fall in a
As-
hole.
That's fair.
Fire has taken to the wood and fabrics.
Oh, yeah.
in the
Fair
film.
enough. Fair enough.
So do you want to turn left or right?
I feel like left is of the devil.
All right. Let's go right.
Hey, let's go right.
1960s logic there.
Yeah.
And I'm left-handed, so it's true. Ew.
Right. Yonsei says right, and
We follow.
you follow. So you turn down the street. That adds 3 blocks.
Oh.
Down 1 block. Down another. You see chaos down every street. Fires lit up across the city. Screams now pinging in every direction. You hear the crashing of glass, the crumbling of stone. And then you see the entrance of the Warrens.
Oh, thank goodness.
A fire is the only thing that blocks your way as a pole has collapsed down over the entrance, lit ablaze, the silk fabric burning of the banner that hung there.
I got this. And she takes out her trusty hand axe, last charge,
Oh, no.
and throws it at the pole.
All right. You throw your hand axe at the pole.
Stinking cloud.
What's it do?
I'm stunned again. No! No more charges. We're done.
But roll for attack and damage on the pole.
Oh. 14?
14 will hit.
4 slashing damage.
All right. So you hear it slash into the wood. It makes that thud as it impacts, and then it whips back. And again, it sends the shock wave up your body, shaking your head, concussing you yet again. The fire still roars.
So this is a pole in front of the door.
Yeah, it's basically just it's over the stairwell that goes down into the Warrens.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Shatter.
All right.
Cover your face.
Yeah, stand 10 feet away from it.
I grab a brick and drag them.
Thank you.
As I'm doing that, we really gotta get rid of that hand axe.
It's a curse. It has to do a Constitution saving throw, which I don't know inanimate objects can do.
They technically do.
Okay.
It's weird. But it rolled a 10.
Okay, and it had to get a 16, so
Right.
it takes.
We'll say that it does. There are actual rules about this. I don't care to look them up.
Yeah, it's like certain materials have like glass is weak, and then you have
Yeah.
adamantium, and
It's just way too nuanced. I'm gonna say a 10 is fail.
This is a burning wood pole. We'll
And
be
doesn't
okay.
it also, doesn't Shatter have force disadvantage on inanimate objects anyways?
it has it. So creatures that are made out of stone, crystal, or metal have disadvantage on this
Yeah.
throw.
Okay.
So it took a total of, man, that's a bummer. And I don't have any channel divinities. So it's going to take 6 points of thunder damage.
So it's taking a total of 10 damage. I think that's enough to break the pole in two. So it crashes down, embers shoot up into the air around you, and as they settle, there is a small gap in the fire. It will be hot. You may get burned, you may get singed, but you can make your way through into the Warrens.
Let's do it.
Can I use
now
both?
that I'm unstunned and see that I have solved the problem, I think, damn, I'm awesome.
True to form.
What are you gonna do?
I was gonna see if I can use Eldritch Blast to make the hole bigger.
Yeah.
Just because
Blast it.
I'm gonna use both of them. Well, one's a crit. Wow. And the other one's a nat 1.
Right.
Wow, I actually got the spectrum. 1 to 20.
So roll the crit. The nat 1 does not hit.
Oh, really? Oh, darn.
The nat 1 doesn't even shoot out of your hand. It just fizzles.
That's 10 damage.
All right. So you blast a hole bigger into... You blast a bigger hole into the pole. And clear the way into the warrens.
We go.
Is it
Yeah.
big enough for us not to get burned?
It's big enough for you not to get burned.
All right. Now we
And
can go.
As you now make your way into the warrens, Ren, you notice something peculiar.
Yes.
When you approach the door, you notice this kind of sinewy black tendrils growing along the stone on the floor and creeping through the cracks of the door.
I'm gonna hold back everybody and then point out there's something's wrong here. And I'm gonna slowly push open the door, not touching the black sinewy bits.
Give me a strength check.
Oh, it's 17.
A 17. So at first the door sticks. And so you put your body into it. You hear this kind of crunch as it cracks open. You see that black tendrils break around the edges, snapping off and crumbling to the ground. As you push open the door to reveal a hallway covered in black and yellow, red, goopy sinews that stretch from corner to corner, almost creating a sort of web, like a tunnel weaver spider's lair.
Oh, gross. What, can we go through, or does it block the way?
It is passable,
Just to walk over it.
but will be difficult terrain as you step through the cords of sinew. And as you inspect them, they're oddly fleshy.
Go ahead.
You notice a cord pulsating, running down the length of the hallway, weaving in and out of the sinew,
Above or below? Like,
along the ground.
okay.
Watch out for that one in particular. And I point out the pulsating one. I'm gonna light a torch. Is it dark in there?
It is dark.
And I'm gonna hold it down to the normal sinew, not the pulsating one.
All right.
Do anything? So recede, maybe?
It doesn't recede, but it does get singed, like skin, kind of melting.
Well, I don't want to do that because that's gonna smell gross the whole way. So,
I mean, it's too late at this point. Might as well.
right, I brace myself and go in.
Do the rest of you follow?
Yeah.
I push Sal in front of me
Yeah, I've got to here at my side.
and give him back one level 1 spell slot
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
No.
while I push him.
Salvador, are you sure? This doesn't look good.
Well, I think we can't go back, so can't go over it, can't go under it, gotta go right through it.
Into the belly of the beast, I guess, then.
It's probably the safest place to be, because then you can cut your way out.
Uh-huh.
I'm putting on a real brave face for Zahir. He doesn't know that I'm also equally terrified.
You feel his nails dig into your arm as he's holding you on your upper arm.
You've got that shield. It's protected you so far. And And I'm here too.
Oh.
And me too, Slugger. And I punch him on the arm.
He gets back into us
And he can now roll a d3 for all ability and attack actions for the next 10 minutes.
All right. Lovely. Beautiful. And so he timidly follows you into this tunnel of sinew and viscera, of a pulsating cord resembling that of an umbilical cord.
Ew.
Oh.
Let's close the door behind us.
Oh yeah, I follow.
Goodbye, y'all.
And you begin to make your way down the hall towards the Warrens. You remember the directions, the turns through the mazing hallways. But there's a problem. The sinew distorts your perception of where you are. And as you make your way down the hallway where you think there should be a turn, it's completely covered in sinew.
Do we cut through?
You think you could cut through? Hopefully this is the correct way. Or potentially wayfind through another section of the maze. Give me... Who's the leader?
Ren.
I am.
Ren. You're basically going to be giving me navigation.
Go get him, Slugger. And I'm going to punch you in the shoulder, too. And now you get a d3.
So give me a survival check.
Survival.
Make sure you analyze.
Can I do investigation instead to remember?
I think last
Investigation
time
is not memory.
you followed the wearing.
Can I give him a boost?
You can give me a history check to remember the way.
That is better than...
Yeah, give me a history check to remember the way. If you choose to navigate off course, it will be survival. Or if you are forced to as well. So that's how we'll rule this scenario.
You say get a D3?
Yeah.
That is a 18.
All right. You are confident that this is blocking the way. That if you cut through, you will surely reach another section of the hallway that leads you closer to the Warrens. You fear going off path could potentially get you lost down here with whatever lurks.
Yeah, bad news bears. Let's not do that. Sal, you got that axe of yours, right?
Yeah, I pull out my pruner. Yeah.
All right, and you start hacking away at it. As you do, you notice that as each cord is cut, it snaps. The tension recoiling back, and it kind of flaps into itself.
It's like a bungee cord.
Precisely. Just of the fleshy variety. And an oozy purple goo begins to form around the lacerations. Starts to pull out. And you slash and slash and slash as more of these cords snap, slowly revealing the darkness of the hall behind. And eventually you create a hole large enough for the 5 of you to fit through.
Ren, do you want to try to cauterize those open tendrils?
No.
No? Okay.
Let's just keep going.
All right.
Yeah.
And you step through the hole.
Yeah.
And make your way into a dark hallway. This one less infested.
That's nice. I'm gonna history us the way to the door, to the Warrens. Hopefully.
Right. So as you make your way through this hall, you can see the stone beneath these cords. And that helps for a while as you make your way through another section of the maze, and you know you're getting close And that's when, from down a right hallway, you see that growth has begun to build again, now into your path forward. And you make your way into a tunnel that is even more infested than before. It has narrowed the hallway significantly to the point where you all are almost moving single file. Maybe a foot of berth on either side of your body. You have to duck under cords and step over.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing through. We gotta make it there. This is the path that we know.
And so you persist. And you make your way to the familiar entrance door of the Warren. It is almost entirely covered in these sinews and the black, almost vein-like structures that have been weaving in and out of this visceral gunk. And you see that it's nearly sealed the door.
I look at the two stronger members of our party. Who wants this one?
I'll take a stab at it.
Not with the hand axe.
Don't worry, it's out of charges. Does a 19 open the door?
So you take Fern, and the others have to back up to give you room, because it is a cramped space. And so you step back as much as you can and try to swing into the door. It crashes into the wood. You hear it's splintering. So you go at it again, and again, as you slowly shatter a hole through the door. And then the seal breaks. The doors swing open into a familiar tavern, now empty of all but several corpses. The cords of viscera gathering in the corners, wrapping over chairs. You see a table has collapsed under the weight of the growth. And to the right, you notice a hole in the wall burst through the stone. Another tunnel of viscera heading down that way. You see beyond the bar in the back of the room, the door to the back rooms, the storeroom, where Anoop told you may find a lever behind the flower on your quest to locate Vladlen.
Oh, that kind of flower.
Oh, you thought like baking flour?
No, isn't it baking flour?
Baking flour.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was the
I
other
thought like
flower.
petals. Yeah.
I want to check the bodies. One, to see who they are, and two, to see if anyone happens to still be alive.
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
Sure. I do that good. 14.
14.
With a D3,
Oh, yeah. Ooh, and I knocked
right?
everything
How
out.
long did it take us to get here? Has it been more than 10 minutes?
15.
It was probably more than 10 minutes.
Just kidding, it's 14.
14.
I give you guidance.
14. All right, so you begin to check the bodies, and as you do so, you're immediately realizing they do not have a pulse. Not a single one has a pulse. But furthermore, you've noticed that their forms have gone soft. Not a rigor mortis that you would expect of a dead corpse, but gushy. And as you press into the skin of one of them, a tear opens up in the skin, and a purple goop presses out. You notice their skin has begun to melt away, and it singes the tips of your fingers.
Oh. Weird.
This like acidic bath that has formed within the body.
Oh, I pull away really quickly. Do not touch any of those.
You got, boss.
Wise words.
To the back room?
I mean, yeah.
Sure.
All right. So you begin to make your way into the back room. You step over broken furniture, cords of sinew, and 2 more corpses. And the door to the back room is relatively unblocked, less the body of the bartender.
Oh.
Did we see Beefcake, Dorgard, or Aquila as part of the...
You have not seen their bodies amongst the dead.
It's a good sign. As good as there could be, I guess.
Yeah. Short of purple acid bath monsters.
Right. So, I don't know. We push into the back room and look for a flower. Or a flower. I don't know. We'll find out which one it is.
All right. So you move the bartenders whose name you never got. Soft, goopy body aside from blocking the door. A little bit of the acidic purple goo burns your boot as you do so, and you crack open the door enough for you to step through. Inside is a storeroom. Untouched, except for a bag of flour that has crashed to the ground, the contents spilling out. A lever revealed behind the shelving system. And a door that, unopened, would be hard to determine its location, but it is left ajar.
A hidden door? With that lever in a storeroom?
A hallway behind it.
Well, it's not a good sign that somebody's opened this.
Or it could be a good sign that somebody opened this because somebody from the bar might have come back here and saved
And
themselves.
it could be that one.
It could, yeah. Maybe Aquila, Hunky Doorguard.
Yeah.
I wonder if Aquila's the one that was hiding them all along.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Quite possibly. I wouldn't be surprised. Shall we proceed into the hallway?
Yeah, you first. All right.
All right, so who steps into the hall?
Ooh.
Oh, Sal taking the lead. Okay.
So as Upri and Ren lock eyes in a stalemate, Salvador steps through this unspoken conversation and makes his way into the hallway. It is dark and quiet in this hallway. It turns to the right, and then you see it turn to the left. But across the way, you see 2 doors along this hallway. Both closed.
No more path, it's just the 2 doors.
So there's 2 doors across the hall from where you enter. The hallway goes down to your right and then turns left.
Okay. Well, open door number 1, the one on the left.
All right. So you push open the leftmost door. And as you do, it opens up into a storage room. You see chests of gear, clothing, especially lots and lots of cloaks with hoods in various muted tones: beige, brown, earth-toned oranges and reds, and weapons, as well as lots of other gear kind of scattered across dressers and tables in this room. You look around and you don't immediately find any people,
Ren's gonna quickly peruse the wares
All right.
in said room.
Are you looking for something or?
I mean, this is like, how does it? This is a non-official space, so I imagine they're more apt to have like magical items and magical weapons. This particular storage room seems a bit mundane.
Yeah, give me some investigation.
But you never know. There could be magic for him. And Ren, again, is looking for fancy things to use because he feels inadequate compared to his...
Does Ren say this out loud?
No. 24.
All right. So you begin to scan the items in this room and you realizing, yes, they're all mundane. And you would expect something to be hidden here, but yet you turn up nothing. It is equipment, lots of burglary type of equipment, lots of various rations, things that people might need, rope, candles, lanterns, all sorts of things that as you start to piece it together, one could assume would be necessary to smuggle people out of the city.
Oh, got it. Cool.
But nothing magical.
That's okay. Worth a look. Nothing here worth value.
As I'm searching through, I kind of want to whisper, Flatland, Aquila, to see if they're... Well, it's just because I don't want to yell their names out.
Yeah, you're just trying to, like, if they're in this room, talk loud enough that they would project enough that they would hear you talking and knowing their names. But you get no response.
Door number 2?
Door number 2.
So you make your way back out in the hallway and progress on to door number 2. As you push this one open, you find a small room with a round table in the center, no chairs, but the table is covered in papers, and the walls are covered in maps of the city. You see X's all over and notes about hidden passageways. And then on the papers, you see letters from people, notes. You see a cipher laid out, as well as several coded messages.
This is quite the operation.
Any sign of where they went?
I sift through the papers. I don't know if it seems like something that would be sudden.
Well, we're in the lowest tier, and the city's fucking gone, let's face it.
Yeah.
Any of these say how to get out of the city unnoticed?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point.
That's probably where they went.
Anything near our location on how to get out of the city on those maps?
Yeah, there are a couple passageways through the outer wall that are nearby. So as you remember, the outer wall is an older structure of the city. It's part of the original architecture. It was built initially as a defense against whatever forces would try to siege the city, but it has not been needed for hundreds of years and has now just become housing for the lower class in the city as well as warehouses.
I'll take out my map and mark down a few of the exits in case we need to, use one.
There you go.
Can I go back to the first room and collect a couple of flasks of oil?
All right.
There were lanterns there.
There were some lanterns, yeah, and there are flasks of oil. So you stock up using the stores that you find.
Right down the hall then, I guess.
Guess so.
Agreed.
You make your way down the hall. It turns to the left and continues on until there is a door at the end. The door creaks open and a light emanates from inside a room. As you peer in, you see cots lining the back wall.
I heard cops.
No, not cops.
We draw our weapons.
I heard something
Cots,
else.
blankets,
Roll for initiative.
dressers, a small table with food on it, and Aquila and Bran sitting onto the cots talking quietly to each other. As you open the door, they turn to you, and Aquila says, "Well, didn't expect to see you again."
Hi, how you doing?
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I mean, this room seems safe. Push in. Yeah, just...
Yeah, the room is entirely safe. They are the only two people in here.
Bran is the hunky-door man, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
beefcake.
He
I'll sweat
stays
a little bit.
That delicious
seated.
biscuit of a man.
He stays seated as Aquila gets up and makes her way over to you. Well, turns out you can hold your own more than I expected.
Oh, you have no idea. And I touch my handy axe of wonder.
I must admit I underestimated you. But you're here.
Do you have any idea what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
We just got caught in the middle of it.
Oh gosh, we've been here for hours. It was so sudden. And I fear the entire lower city has been overtaken by now.
The upper city as well.
Yeah.
And
We
the
were
middle
there when
city.
it started.
Fuck.
Yes. Fuck.
I think Harrow is essentially lost at this point.
Yeah, where's been the order? We've seen nary cop or guard.
You're right. No resistance other than people. Common folk.
I take it they skipped town the moment they realized anything was going wrong that they couldn't control.
That or they caused it. Right?
No. As much as I hate the Order, this was not them.
Who was it then?
I think you all know.
Vladilin?
No, not Vladlin.
Oh.
The Silence. They've used the war on the apostates to their advantage. Quite spectacularly.
Speaking of that, Vladlin, where is he? We were told that he would be here.
He was. But I'm afraid he's been taken
By the silence?
by the creatures. We were discussing matters out in the tavern when the first of them arrived. The creatures, they attacked quickly, taking out half the patrons in mere seconds. We fled here and hid out as we heard the horrors behind the door, but not before I saw one of those tentacle-faced abominations grab him and take him down the tunnel.
But not kill him.
From the sounds of his screams, he was still alive when I saw him last.
Why would they keep him alive?
Well, Vladlin he was basically in charge of this scholarly group until the Silence fractured off. So it might be revenge from Silence people, or the monsters are curious and they don't have any motives, but they just sense this guy and they want to pick his brain.
So it's possible they're being controlled and they might have kept him alive for other reasons.
They might need him for something. He's clearly important to at least the original organization.
Yeah. What was the name of your boyfriend?
Huh?
What was their last name?
Haj.
Haj, okay. The Hajes were in charge of the Silence.
Wait, Ren, you have a boyfriend?
A dead boyfriend.
Oh,
We talked about this. You remember? We were drunk. We had lots of wine.
I remember part of it.
Okay, fair enough.
So sorry.
So, what you're saying is that the Silence creatures took Vladlin.
And they're somewhere down here?
I'm afraid so. The creatures burst through a wall in the tavern, through a tunnel that we did not know existed. They must have burrowed.
I'm
Well-
assuming it's that tunnel in the tavern that we saw.
Yep. I guess that's where we gotta go.
Before we go, do you happen to have any potions, any weapons that we can use?
I do have a small reserve of potions that we've kept here in the living quarters. And a measly set of weapons. Hopefully they could be of use.
I think we're good weapon-wise.
I'll look.
Oh.
Doesn't hurt to look.
I'm assuming we're going to take a quick short rest here.
Oh, yeah.
Since
Take
it's
a
safe.
breather. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can all take a short rest as you talk with Aquila to gather as much information from her as she has, which is not much. I mean, she knows that this tunnel goes on. She can describe some of the creatures to you in more detail as she has been slowly and secretly monitoring their activity as they come in and out of the warrens. She notes that they seem to all become aware of information at the same time. That as one learns something, the rest are almost immediately notified
It's like a hive mind.
and begin to swarm. She also notes that the creatures that seem to impregnate people, they run off after their deed is done and often die within the tangle of the viscera, melting back into the pool of acid that sits beneath that layer.
All right. So whatever the hive mind is the one that wants Purdue.
She also notes that she has seen several of those creatures transform. That there seems to be some sort of rationale where some of the people are brought back and they form a sort of cocoon. They've been using the tavern, the corners of the tavern, to cocoon themselves up into. And when they emerge, their bodies are transformed, no longer consisting of humanoid component with bones, but rather an invertebrate creature. But not all of them undergo this transformation. The remaining and majority, she states, are absorbed.
Fascinating. Going back to the potions, how many potions can you give us?
Beyonce's focused.
She has 1 great potion
I'll take that.
and 3 regular healing potions.
I'll take the great potion.
I ain't need no potions.
I'll take the others.
Yeah,
I could administer them swiftly.
Yeah.
Figured.
So as she hands over the potions of healing, she then goes over to a cupboard in the corner of the room and opens it. She begins rifling through various weapons, various artifacts of sorts, and pulls out a short sword. You see it has this black blade, almost, it might be made of onyx, it looks like. And it has this like intricate fleur-de-lis pattern going up the blade. And its hilt, it has this like curved flourish around the hilt that is of this like twisted metal that is like this bright crimson red. And she pulls it out and she comes over to the party and she turns to Ren and she hands it over to you.
Oh, this is, I mean, just it's just beautiful. I like pretty things, though.
judging by your looks, you seem the most apt to handle something like this.
Yeah.
And for you, Tiefling Man, I found this ring, has this signet on it. It might assist with you.
Well, thank you, Aquila. And I take it from her and I put on my hand next to my other ring. And looks pretty nice. I thank you for this gift.
Do you feel any different?
I feel like there's been a door that's been opened and I suddenly know a new spell.
Oh. Wow.
Wow. And she then goes and sits back down on the cot. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Can't say I'm gonna be of much use here. Also, you, and she points at Zahir, you might want to stick with me, darling. You don't look like that shield suiting you. And she grabs the shield from Zahir, and he just just lets her take it from him. And she hands it back to you, Salvador.
How'd you know that I gave it to him?
Oh, I had a hunch.
Do you have any water? And I'm going to set Fern down. My baby girl's thirsty.
She motions to a table where there is a carafe of water.
Oh, perfect. I'm just going to take a little bit of this. And I'll just dump some on Fern's roots. She perks up a little. Her leaves are a little fuller, a little brighter.
Fascinating.
Can I just open the chest and just grab a random ring? See what happens?
You go over to the chest and you begin rifling through looking for things. And she just turns and she goes, I don't think any of those other artifacts are going to be of any use. They have more, less combat-focused abilities.
Well, I'll just grab one and see what happens.
Do any of them help you talk to people?
A therapy ring.
Well, no, but have at it. So you just grab something at random. It's this, iron ring that's kind of bulky. It has this, lion head sitting on the top of it. It's, roaring. Its jaws are open, it's roaring. You don't know what it does, obviously, but you take it.
Thanks, girl. Also, I think we got off on the wrong foot earlier, and I just want to say I love what you've done to I like the hustle.
It's past us, behind us. Don't worry about it.
All right, cool.
Water off a duck's back.
You better duck that fucking walk. Never mind.
And Zahir is going to turn to Salvador and give him a kiss on the cheek.
Ooh.
Friend zone.
Yeah.
Please stay safe, and I'll be here waiting.
And I say, I'll be back. And then I kiss him on the mouth.
Romantic movie, just montage, little musical number happens, and you make your way out of the room.
Are the three of us standing together hands on our
No,
mouth?
I'm disgusted.
You're looking at your ring.
I'm like,
You are.
I wonder what this does.
Red and I are standing way too close watching them kiss.
Oh.
And as you exit the room, you see the three of them now just sitting on the cots, kind of agitated, waiting, and they look hopeful but concerned. You make your way down the hallway, back out into the tavern, and towards the hole in the wall as you peer into the tunnel of viscera, woven tighter and tighter and tighter as it goes down, as it winds back and forth and goes off into the darkness. And that's where we're going to end this episode.
We pose dramatically in front of the hole in the wall. Weapons drawn.
Yeah.
We're gonna die.
And with that, we bring today's chilling tale of loss and tragedy to a close. Thank you all for joining us in this journey into the abyss. And we do hope you enjoyed this episode of Shadows of Prophecy. Join us next time for a wonderful traipse into this visceral tunnel. Oh, yay. Definitely no historical triggers here. A special thank you to our generous patrons, JayCeeAitch, Chris B, and Maggie Z, whose unwavering support keeps the candles burning bright here at Goblin Forge. We'd also like to express our gratitude to Scrubcast for their exceptional sound mastering, music, and effects. They have been invaluable in bringing our story to life. And of course, a big thank you to our talented players, Kendrick, Russell, Chris, and Dan. Oh, we're so thrilled to have you on board, and can't wait to see where our adventures take us next. Our theme song was written by the talented electronic vapor soul artist Lusk. Make sure to check out their latest album, Thank You Audra, for Como Rebbe. This podcast is a Goblin Forge production. Follow us on Instagram at Goblin_Forge_TTRPG and join our Discord community. If you enjoy our podcast, consider becoming one of our patrons at patreon.com/Goblin_Forge for free bonus content, including handouts, encounter maps, and adventure guides. Your support means the world to us. Lastly, please leave us a 5-star review on your podcast platform of choice. It helps us get the word out and share our stories with even more victims. Or should I say, listeners. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time for another unforgettable performance. And to find out if any of Ladlin is still alive in there before it's too late.